Hello everyone, welcome to today. Let's start with the dates. Today is Thursday, 22 August. Welcome to Nasdaq breakdown review. Actually, I'm gonna review today's price action. It was pretty great, if I may say. Let me just do this. I'm gonna start off on the daily time frame because it was very important in our today's analysis. Let me just zoom in. You have to be patient with me, guys. I'm using one hand, and so on the daily time frame, you can see that the open was here. So when it opened here and price the previous day went up and came close to this high right here and did not take the high, today I wanted to see the high gets taken or maybe touch the daily fair value gap that is left open right here. And also we had another daily fair value gap that is open below market price. At that time I was analyzing the market. And then let's go back to the 1 hour time frame, because there's really not much to see on the other time frames. Speaking of the 4 hour time frame and the 8 hour and all that. So on the hourly time frame, we can see that this is the midnight open of New York. This line right here, and then this line is the midnight open of the previous day, which is Wednesday. And then I marked out the high and the low right here. As you can see here, this is the high, this is the low, and then the green areas, the lines, the green lines are my new day opening gaps. I talk about them almost every single day in the group chat. You must know you must know something of it by now. It must not be something new you hear or things like that. And then this is the new week opening gap. Look how beautifully price took out buy side and then shot down to the the new week opening gap. And it's pretty cool, man. So on the hourly, there's really not much to look at other than this. What is this? Okay. What I want to show you on the hourly is this 1 hour fair value gap that formed around the London session. This one, I want you to. I'm gonna highlight it real quick. Sometimes I forget that I'm taking a video, guys. That's why you'll see that the camera will like go off screen. I just forget. So yeah, that is the 1 hour fair value gap. Let me just remove the advertisement right there. So on the hourly, we can see that we have a nice fair value gap resting there, and then we have this thing. I think it has virus Joe. I click things. You see that when your laptop is used by many people, Joe. You see. So yeah, we have a daily fair value gap. Let's say we are here and we are analyzing the market. We want to know where we are going for the day. So what we take note of, we take note of previous day high and low. Currently on the hourly time frame, we're gonna take note of previous day high and low. We're gonna take note of this, the daily fair value gap that is left open, and then we're gonna take note of the buy side liquidity that is resting above there. And then I'm gonna move on to the 5 minute time frame to see whether there is something interesting. And then on the 5 minute time frame, remember, if you're in the group and watching this video, this is sell side liquidity. Why is it sell side liquidity? First of all, it is equal lows, I mean to say. This is equal lows. If you zoom in properly, you would be able to notice that those are equal lows. But there's also something to those equal lows that makes them more juicy, like interesting. This is the first low, the second low, they are relatively equal. And then this low is the Asian session lows. And also, this is buy side liquidity, this high and this high. Hold it, yeah. And this is buy side liquidity. Why? They are relatively equal. And then we also have our 1 hour fair value gap that is right there. And then this wick, this damage here, it was the unemployment claims release. Let's go to the 1 minute where all the juice is. So I took a trade here today. It was actually a buy trade. I'll break it down. It was based on the 1 minute. I only used this 1 hour fair value gap, and then I targeted the buy side that is resting above there, which I got on the daily time frame. And you see how important the daily time frame can be to your analysis. You just gotta know. I'm in bed right now, guys. So yeah, here this is the unemployment claim release. It released. You see how choppy it is. I do not trade fundamentals, so I was not active here. I waited for price to like show me what it wanna do. I actually wanted to see what will happen with this fair value gap when price was here. So it didn't break. I saw a respect. That this immediate rejection to the upside told me that we're going for buy side liquidity, and this buy side liquidity right here, and then this highs, these are equal highs. You see this high and this high, they are equal. This is also buy side liquidity. You can target it when you are buying. So why did I buy here? I bought, so my setup was something like this. I firstly highlighted this. Which one? This one. I took this low and this high. It was my fair value gap. It was my fair value gap for entry, lower time frame fair value gap. And then something that you gotta highlight is like an actual gap, like a jump between two candlesticks. So price here, this candlestick and this candlestick, there is a gap right here, a literal gap. You see it. So that's something that you gotta note as well. And then I took my buys on this candlestick here. It was something like buy, and then my stop loss was below the low. Firstly my target was here with the stop loss right here, right there. That was my trade, and then I hit a 1:16. So it was not a beautiful risk to reward, but the trade was too easy and too beautiful to ignore just because I had a let me say negative risk to reward. And then price, what did price do next? I'm gonna show you all the opportunities you could have gotten into the collapse of Nasdaq today. So keep in mind that we did not take sell side liquidity yet. We have equal lows resting there, and then we have the Asian low. So price took out buy side liquidity, created a breaker block, which is these 1, 2, 3, 4 candlesticks actually. These 4 candlesticks, you can see there's one. It is a breaker block, as you see how I highlighted them. And then you wait for price like to go below them. So when price go below them, personally, I like to wait for something else other than a breaker alone for an entry. So I'd wait for a fair value gap or an actual gap. Yes, that's what I would wait for. That's what I would wait for before entering on a breaker block. So right here, if you look at this candle that I put the cursor on, it opens here. This is a bullish candlestick. It opens here, it buys, it closes right there. And then the next candlestick is a down close candle, but it does not open here. It actually opens up there. So this is a gap. There's a gap there. And then you can see first this would have been your first entry, and then you would have went into profit, as you can see, and then price returns into the breaker block, also the gap, and then you could have also entered another trade here once it touched the gap. So right now that is your second opportunity. Your third one is here on this fair value gap right here. Mind you, you are targeting Asian lows. Third one is here, fair value gap, daily, new day opening gap. Do not forget, touch of fair value gap, go down, and then as you can see, we collapse. There's really not much, but this fair value gap, you could have entered another trade there. So this is your fourth opportunity to enter the market. So you sell there, auto block right here, fair value gap, this low and this high, it is a fair value gap itself. And then price goes down, comes up to the new day opening gap. That's a trade itself, but it is too advanced. So a great opportunity forms here. This is a breaker block, high, low, higher, high. When it goes below that, you want to trade any return. So you would sell here once it touches the fair value gap there, and then yeah, already I think, yes, this is the equal lows that I was talking about. I talked about this actually beforehand in the group chat, and then you would have hit your take profit if you sold there. I want you to notice how price, here's another entry here, fair value gap, there's another sell opportunity here, fair value gap, and then I want you to note, where does price stop? It sells, but look, this is the daily fair value gap that was below. Look, it stops right at the low. It just wicks below it a little bit, but closes inside of it, showing mad respect. And then you see it goes back into the range and then collapses one more time. It's pretty smooth, guys. That was the trade So you see, it's not really much. You just gotta know what to look for and how it forms. Look where price has stopped at, right at the new week opening gap of this week. This new week opening gap is of this week. So tomorrow I'm expecting bearish prices to be, so that the week can be a down close candle. Simple. Mind you, we are below the daily fair value gap. And then next I wanna break down US30. It was pretty cool also, if you look at it from so US30, we have very obvious sell side liquidity. If you look at it, I just want to make them clear so that you can see. So this dotted line you see here, this line, so this line, this is the midnight open. This is the midnight open line. You see this low and this low, they are equal. And then this low on the left, this is your Asian low. You gotta learn your sessions also if you wanna trade. And then this right here is an old daily. This is an old new day opening gap. Why do I keep saying daily? It's not a daily, it's a new day opening gap. And then this high right here, previous day high, you can see it right there, PDH, right there, the corner, PDH. And then price, this is the news, the unemployment claims, choppy. And then look how we first take out buy side. Before we go for any sell side, this is a 1 hour fair value gap on the, and then this blue is also a new day opening gap. I don't want to make it green because it's too close to this, to the old one, and I didn't want to like what's the word? I don't want to get confused as to which is which, so I just made it blue, but it's a new day opening gap. So the juice is here on this week. It's very interesting of how price had respected this even when it's news release. So this is the hourly fair value gap. The green is the old new day opening gap, and the blue is the current new day opening gap. So price, look how price opened, went to all three of them. The high of the old new day opening gap, the middle range of the 1 hour fair value gap, and then the current new day opening gap. And then we saw immediate rejection to the upside. That's a bullish signal itself. So that's when I wanted to enter buys, but yes, there's a but. So sorry, I'm in bed, guys. I'm tired. So first, our entry model is something like this. We want to see, let's say we take out sell side. Sorry. You want to see a high gets taken out. Let's say it creates a high first, low. We want to see this high get taken out first. When we take out the high, we're going to see a return into a fair value gap. And then that's when we're going to enter buys and aim for whatever's resting above or below. So what happened here? Let me zoom in, zoom. So you see, we tapped into the 1 hour fair value gap, and then the immediate rejection is a signal that we're going to the upside. So what do we want to see? You want to see a high gets taken out. Firstly, this is a high, this is also a high, and this is also a high, and that is also a high right up there. So, and this is a high also. So do we see a high gets taken out? Yes. And then do we have a fair value gap? Here there's nothing here, but this is a fair value gap, and then we return to the fair value gap. This and this, that's a fair value gap. That is the fair value gap that I wanted to use to like enter buys, but I want to show you what the market did. And I missed it. I missed the thing. I wish I saw it, you know. So it created a fair value gap. You see this? This is a return to the fair value gap. That's a strong signal also. When it touches a little bit into the fair value gap and buys, that's a strong signal. It shows you that we are going. We are not here to stay, we are going. And then I saw this. What I wanted to see was a return into this, and then with my stops right somewhere here. My buy side liquidity, I don't know, but let's just see we target this. I can't remember, it's somewhere here. But you see, price left me like this, just a small segment of movement. That's what I needed, but I didn't see this return here. That's actually a buy signal. So yeah, it happens sometime, but yeah, it is what it is. So upon price going for the buy side, what did it leave below? It left relative equal lows, which is sell side liquidity. That's why you see price rejected. So after taking out buy side, we see a nice fair value gap right here. This is a fair value gap. So this is interesting. Is this a low or what? It also puzzles me a bit, but I think on the lower time frame you'd find that is a low, and then this is why, because this candlestick and this candlestick, their lows are above this one's low. You see, that's how you see whether something is low or high. This candlestick's low and this candlestick's low, none of them are below this candlestick's low, which makes this like a low we can regard to as break of market structure. So we return to this fair value gap right here, and this is a fair value gap. We actually jump into it for the last time and then collapse, and then the rest is history. We go below the 1 hour fair value gap. We see a little retracement there into the fair value gap, into the breaker block. This is a breaker block. Low, high, lower, low. Return. You sell there. You go down. Go down. You'll see this live in the VIP group, don't worry. And then what is this? This is the new day opening gap. I think it's Monday's new day opening gap. Look how we still use it even today. 1, 2 touch of the new day opening gap, collapse. Collapse. New week opening gap, first respect, retrace, break below, respect, go down, go up, break above, respect, 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 and then you see a little choppiness there, and then yeah, back into the range. That's how I read my price action every day. There's a lot more to consider. I will not do everything in one video, but that was today's price action and how I looked at it from my point of view. And then don't forget this previous day's low that I told you all about way before price decided to go there. Not even one person I know was looking at that thing. You see, like, you just need your gaps, and then you're fine, and then you wait for the right time. Hey, there's a lot to teach. There's a lot to teach, but don't worry. I hope this video was right, because I forget that I'm taking a video sometimes. You see, the phone will be stuck at one place for like a long time, and I'd say, look at this, while showing you all something else. I apologize if I had done that. And yeah, I'll do the daily buys video another day. I'm tired, Joe.